Hey everyone, it's Marissa. This week our topic is in light of celebration of scholarship. So what we're doing this week is talking about ways that we've been able to create professional experience for ourselves in our experience at Lewis. And ways that we've been able to kind of pack our resumes or just to have experiences to showcase to an employer or someone else just about what we've done professionally, like in our career so far. So to kind of take it back to my undergrad, public relations writing was this course that like you waited for. If you were a public relations major, this was like the most daunting class. Like you had to get a SEER better, you had to have a real client, the class moved quickly, you had to turn in your pieces like your brochure or your press releases or your radio ads or all of these things. Like there was like one due a week, so you had to really be on top of your stuff. So we had to find a nonprofit organization that would be willing to work with us to let us create public relations tools for them. So I'd searched like far and wide for a client, and either people didn't get back to me or it just wasn't really working out like as well as I thought it would, and I thought it'd be a lot easier, but it wasn't. And so I had met a lot of communications professors because I've been at Lewis like since I was a freshman. So I took classes with other communications professors, and one of them, Dr. Albright, she was the professor for my speech class. She always talked about a nonprofit organization that she had, and I never met them or anything. I never heard too much about it, but I knew that she was part of a nonprofit organization. So at the end of that speech class, she had told me like, hey, you know, I'd really like for you to come and speak to the girls in my foundation about, you know, a topic like being safe on social media or how to find the right college for you or something that, you know, you'd be willing to talk to them about. And I told her I would love to do that. And it never quite worked out to where I could do that until this class came along, public relations writing, and I had to find a client. So one day, after, you know, tirelessly searching and not having much luck, I contacted her and I asked her if she'd be willing to kind of run a little internship for me so that I could do a lot of public relations work for her, completely volunteering. She was extremely excited about it, and she was all on board for it. So I couldn't have been more comforted that a faculty member at Lewis saw and took interest in something that I really wanted to do. So that was exciting. In that internship, it lasted a summer, and I did everything from press releases to running their social media. I redid their website, I started a blog, I spoke to the girls finally about the dangers of social media and how to, you know, conduct yourself on social media in case if employers look at it. So that was a really cool topic to talk to them about, and all this experience that I gained, I just kind of put into a portfolio. And upon trying to get the job that I have now, being a social media graduate assistant for marketing and communications, I had everything all set up. This was everything I needed. This was a ton of my experience. So I took the portfolio into the interview. I sat down with who is now my boss and everybody else on the marketing team, and they asked me questions, they looked at my work, and they liked what they saw because it was so organized. There was, you know, enough depth to it to show that, like, you know, I really did this work and I took time and I, you know, really listened to my client and made sure that what they wanted to happen happened, and it was all in a portfolio right there. Besides that experience too, some other things that I've done that are on my resume is I've gotten a lot of awards for the work I've done. So one thing I did was I was on the Flyer newspaper, I was health editor, and that year that I was on the paper, you know, I'd written a ton of articles, and my professors had sent those articles off to various places to be judged and to be critiqued, and they were part of some competitions, and I actually won second place for headline writing, which I thought was really cool. The Flyer newspaper, while I was on staff, also won 2016 Associated College Press Best of the Midwest, Best of Show, online and print. So that was a huge award, and we were all super excited about that. And that was a huge team effort too. Being part of a newspaper is not just, you know, your section. It's every section together, and it takes a ton of work to make it look like a really great finished product. So we worked hard on that, and that was super exciting to get some kind of recognition for how hard we worked. Going back to my internship thing, that experience that I had, my professor actually put my name in to be recognized for the President's recognition of student volunteers, so I got an award for that, and that was exciting too. Not gonna lie, celebration of scholarship was something that I did always want to do. There were a ton of opportunities I had, meaning I had a ton of projects that I could have definitely elaborated on and researched more and probably, you know, put that out there and enter it, but it wasn't really an opportunity that I took advantage of. But I could definitely say that throughout the rest of the experience I've had working in my major and working in my field, that I've created a lot that's helped me to get to where I am now. So I'm proud of that, and I'm excited for that, and I definitely encourage students to get involved in their major and join the clubs that are associated with their major, or just do some kind of work in their field, and that kind of experience gets you way further. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the other Lewis U vloggers and see what they've done in their field and what they've done to put on their resume, and see how they got to where they are now. And we'll see you next week. Bye.